What's up, everybody? This is Travis from Candid at the Movies, and today I'll be reviewing the HBO Max slash in theaters movie based off of the great series The Sopranos, The Many Saints of Newark. Now, this movie has a very large cast. It stars Alessandro Nivola. I think this is one of my first times seeing him. Corey Stoll, Leslie Odom, Ray Liotta, Vera Farmiga, and the son of James Gandolfini, Michael Gandolfini. Now, this movie, if anyone's watched The Sopranos, you're thinking this is going to be based off of more so how Tony Soprano grew up, and it is and it isn't. This one's more about Christopher Moltisanti's dad, Dickie Moltisanti, and basically how he was running things in the 60s to early 70s, and basically how he shaped Tony to be the person who he was in the series. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you've never watched The Sopranos, you're actually going to be good with seeing this, because it sets you up just like a regular mob movie, and you see how things are basically going in hand, and how they shape the whole series. I like that they included the 1967 Newark race riots that was based off of a black man getting killed by a cop, and basically how it tore the whole area up. Like, that was a good way to do it. I know this was written by the original writer David Chase, and he did an amazing job. The characters he created from the past, you can see how they were back then, and it shaped them up very good. It showed you how people were the way they were. It showed you how race was always an underlying tension in the series, but it didn't really play out like that back in the 90s to 2000s. But in this one, it fully played out. It showed you everybody's prejudice towards black people, white people, Jewish people, even Italian people. Like, it really showed you that, and I thought that was a great thing that they put in there. It really puts you in the right frame of mind of what type of series you're watching. Out of all the actors, to me, Vera Farmiga and Corey Stoll, they played their parts perfect of being Junior and Tony's mom, because they made you hate them, even in their brief scenes. Like, I was just angry every time they came on the series, because they were either complaining about something, or they basically were just doing stuff to where you're just like, you don't have to be this way at all. Now, I will say Alessandro, he showed a lot of range in this one. You saw him angry, mad, conflicted. You saw him conflicted even with his own relatives, and I thought that was well put together. He did an amazing job. And Michael Gandolfini, it's gonna scare you how much he looks, acts, and portrays his dad, because I just thought I was watching young James all over again, and it was cool to see. I know that they've been talking about doing sequels. I hope and pray that they do, because if the series is anything like this, if they do a sequel to this, it could be amazing. Leslie Odom Jr., he did really well in his very limited role. I liked how anything he was doing, whether it was working with the Italians before he came down to North Carolina, and after he got influenced basically by the 70s black movement and how he wanted to be his own boss, he did an amazing job. I think he's going to keep getting great roles like he has been. I'm rooting for his career. The only fault for this movie is that I wanted more. Like, it's right at 2 hours. So, like, you'll be involved in the story. You won't be sitting looking at your phone like, is this going to be over yet? The stories are all intriguing. Every single person in this movie has a storyline, and you're wanting to see where it's going to go towards. And it's beautiful. It's a great looking movie. It has the 60s and 70s look. The transition of the time periods is beautiful. How they just slowly showed how integration with blacks moving into white neighborhoods, people getting better jobs, and people not being used to seeing stuff like that. They perfectly portrayed that. And I gotta commend David Chase and the director. I forget his name. All I know is that he did the Terminator Genesis movie and Thor: The Dark World. Anybody that's seen those movies knows that they don't like those movies. But with this movie, I give him all his respect. He did a great job, and I'd like to see some more from him. Just stay in this lane. But I would honestly say my final score for this movie is an A-. I think it was really good. It's a really good crime flick. A great mafia movie. I hope it stands the annals of time of hopefully climbing up slowly of being up there. I won't say this is Godfather, but I will say this is better than like Dante Brasco. Like it's better than that. Yeah, and it's better than, I like it better than Carlito's Way personally. That's just me. But are you gonna watch The Many Saints of Newark? Comment below. Let me know what you're thinking about it. Did you watch The Sopranos? Check it out. You might like this. You might like it after watching this movie. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know some stuff you want to see. By all means, I'm Travis. Have a good day.